Everybody, welcome back to the Back Nine Golfer. Here's another video of me at Quantum. One of the main things that I'm working on this week, I guess, is that flailing elbow. So let me talk you through kind of my warm-up because I think that's important. So that's me with a 60 degree, 50 yards. And that's really inside. First swing, you see that then? Inside. Just in terms of my setup, the shaft, my hands, it's better to say my hands. My hands are in front of the ball. My weight is more on my left-hand side than my right-hand side. I try, where possible, to lift my right foot up a little bit, right? So I'm on the tippy toes, if you will. Let's have a look at that again. What I'm really happy about here was, even though I'm coming inside, let's see now. That's better. That's better. Actually, that's quite straight. That's better. That's better. That was a decent shot. I know what happens after my 60 degree of my wedge, so stay with it because it all basically goes to hell in about 30 minutes or so. Anyway, let's keep. I do a change on this on this training. Why is it training? So I'm really happy about, and I've mentioned it before, is I'm really happy with my tempo. My issue seems to be that I get a little bit quote unquote lost with the tempo as I go up in clubs. And that annoys me a little bit. So again, this is a 60 degree wedge, Vokey wedge. Oh, that's inside. Oh, that's inside. I got away with it, but that was really inside. I'm not looking at my elbow. Have a look at my right elbow, see how that's going. Because I want to keep that elbow tucked in. I don't know if tucked in is the right phrase. I want that elbow to be pointing down rather than flared. Let's see. That's better. Oh my God. Skanktown. Huh? That is I don't know what they call it in cinema. It's either foreboding or foreshadowing. But that is an indication of what's to come. And another look at that. So I don't know if you saw, but look at the weight. I don't. If you look at that shot again, the weight in my feet is right in my toes, which is causing me to topple over, and that shouldn't be the case. See, that's better. Actually, the weight should be more in your balls of your feet. So I was honestly, I'll be truthful with you. I was really struggling with the feel. See, look at that again. I'm surprised I don't throw a club at this point. Let's see. Come on, Paul. Inside again. I get away with it, but still inside. And massively inside. And my weight. Oh my God. That's not right. Let's try that again. Okay, that was better. And I like the tempo. If there is anybody out there that's selling shares or playing rights to either, what's the course, Orchard or Valley, please let me know. I'm considering both. I might do Valley because Valley's apparently closer. But let's see. Let's see. Okay, let's have a look at this. Oh my God. What's happening to me here are these really bad shots. This is the main reason that I wanted to start this channel. Because it's tough. That's a better takeaway. Okay, that's better. That's a better takeaway. See, Nico's even there pointing it out with the hands. And I've realised it as I was doing this. was that I tend to really exaggerate the loop, and I shouldn't do because for some reason my shoulder stops. Anyway, that's better now. Better and better tempo. Okay, so that's what I need to remember. That type of swing, that's what I need to remember all times. Let's see. Okay, that's good. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. But I really have to work on my balance. And I do it at the gym. And I think that's part of what's annoying, right? Is that you do certain workouts at the gym that are focused on golf. Oh, and sometimes you don't always see the benefits. And then that's an internal battle. The internal battle is, do I stop doing it or do I keep doing it? And believe me, I have those conversations with myself more or less on an hourly, if not a daily basis. And I've come to the decision that I still want to do it, right? I still want to improve my golf. I think, not I think, because that's already implied. You have to be mindful that it really isn't going to happen overnight. I think I mentioned this before. I've got a horrible, horrible slice. And what I've been trying to do is fix that slice. And one of the ways to fix that slice is to work on the draw. And how did you get the draw? You bring the club inside there and you kind of drop the head behind you, the club head behind you. For some reason, maybe it's because that's how I've played golf for X amount of years, I really, really struggle with that movement. And it's not like I get to the top of my backswing and I say, don't do it. Sometimes it feels like I'm stopping myself from doing certain movements. That's not the case at all, but it can certainly feel like that. And that's what's frustrating because you know what you need or want to do, right? You know what you want to achieve. You know, in my head, when I look at my golf swing, I know what I want to do. I know that I need to get it going straight on the takeaway, and I know I need to be coming inside. I know that. But you address the ball, and for some reason your brain goes, guess what? We're not gonna play ball. Yeah, it's not great. Actually, that's wrong for me to say. It is great because it tests you. And I think anything that tests you and humbles you is just only going to add character to you. I don't know if that's right. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Is that, look, if it was easy, then everybody would be a golfer. I was chatting with my brother-in-law a couple of weekends ago, actually, and he's a huge golf fan. He's also a huge sports fan of football in particular. And I asked him, how many Irish footballers can you name, right? And he knocked off what, maybe 15 or 20 Irish footballers. How many Spanish footballers can you name? Bang, 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 bang. Now, how many Spanish golfers can you name? How many Irish golfers can you name? It really just goes to show how hard golf is. Because if it was easy, and if everybody understood it, you'd be able to name so many more, but that's not always possible. Again, sorry, I went off on a bit of a tangent there, but I just wanted to, golf is super hard. So this is my wedge, 120 degrees. And I was really happy with the connection and the dispersion here, even though I'm still getting challenges with my club path. So here, you want to keep it inside. See, that goes a little bit inside. We're not at my meltdown. My meltdown is coming shortly. See, that's a really nice takeaway. That was nice. And a little bit of a draw. That was nice. My balance, not so. But what I've discovered and what I found is that if I slow down, my ball striking is so much better. Let's see how this goes. Okay, that's a nice takeaway. Oh, there we go. That was nice. And look how straight that is. That was nice. Let's do that again. I don't get a club path on this. It hasn't got a tracker on the wedge. There. Better. Straight as a die. And it finds the green. All right, okay, that's good. That's good. Excuse me wearing my hat backwards. I'm trying to be down with the youth today. That was a little bit inside, but good connection. I don't know how I can do it. I'll have to look at ways that there's apps out there. But I would love to do maybe in 6 months' time a side by side from a swing perspective, right, and ideally a weight perspective, just to see the changes. Because I know in my head what I need to do. I know the changes I need to make. I know what my swing should look like as an observer. Like that. Wow. Where did that come from? It's a better takeaway. Still that elbow. Flailing, I don't think actually flaying is the right word. I need to get it pointed down to the ground more. Okay, so at this point, I'm still happy. So something that I'd noticed was that I'm too close to the ball. I'm standing too close, which means I'm not giving myself room to move. Although with that belly, I need to give myself a lot more room. I used to do this thing where you'd walk up to the ball, you'd address the ball, so obviously your feet shoulder length apart, and then you would put the club behind the ball, right? Just you'd kind of reach down and put it down from arm's length. But I don't think that's giving me enough space anymore. I need to give myself more space. What is going on with my legs there? I am all over the place. This is such a good learning. No, actually, no, it's wrong to say how am I. I was going to say how am I hitting it this well, but I'm not hitting it well. Hang on, let me correct myself. I think I'm hitting it well, but there is so much room for. Oh my God, what's that? Why am I doing that? So again, this is a wedge, 120 yards. It's a pitching wedge, so maybe 48 degrees, something like that. Okay, that's a really good takeaway. That isn't good. That loop there is not good. I have to fix that. I'm going to have to do some exercises, some more drills or something to correct it. Good takeaway, Paul. I'm not pausing. Oh, it doesn't look like I'm pausing at the back, on the top of the backswing. Let's see. I wish there was a way that I could draw. Actually, no, because I'm not a professional and that would just bore you. And that's not the point of this channel at all. Oh, there's my belly. Woo! Hello, belly. That's good. I know that's good because I've stayed with it. So on my backswing, I need to think of it like a bell. Like I'm like in a church, right? Or a chopping motion. Or another way to think about it is when you're skimming. There. No, I don't like that. Now, I'm not known for my composure on the golf course. I've tried to get better, and I think over the past 12 months, I have gotten better where I don't throw my... Ooh, that was nice. That was nice. My balance, do you see that then? And I'm still short. Anyway, going back to the course. I'm not thrown a club in a while. And, you ask any of my friends that I play golf with, they will tell you that one of the main issues I had was controlling my temper. Okay, that's better. Even the pull down was a little bit better. Yeah, so I don't throw that many clubs. I don't throw clubs now on the course, right? And I sometimes think that, not I sometimes, I think that, if you're there with your friends, they're there to have a good time as much as you are. Their lasting memory of you is that they don't want to like have you ruining it by throwing clubs around or moaning or stuff. And it's taken me a while to get to that. Something else that's taken me a while to understand is your friends, if they are really your friends, they don't really care what you scored to a certain extent. Of course, people like to win, it's the competitive spirit. But when it comes to golf, what they're looking for is more of a social feeling, right? Because golf is a very social sport. You can drink, you can smoke, you can't do whatever you want on the course, but you're spending 4 or 5 hours out in nature. It's a good way to spend time with your friends. Anyway, yeah, so I've tried to get better with my controlling my temper on the course. However, I still get issues when I'm at the simulator because I'm there to train, right? And this is where I think this is the maddening point, is that, yeah, look at that there, did a little dance. Is that you're there to train, and when things aren't going your way, you get mad, and you shouldn't really get mad because you're not a professional golfer, right? You're there simply to have fun and to enjoy yourself. And sometimes you can lose sight of that. Well, I can. I can lose sight of that. If that draws, that was nice. Um, I can lose sight of that. I can get far too hung up on my club path. Wait, no, hang on. I'm contradicting myself here. This is where I should get hung up on my club path because that's where I'm doing the training. And I should get annoyed with myself because I'm trying to improve. Where I shouldn't get pissed off, or I shouldn't get annoyed, or I shouldn't worry too much is the course. When I get on the course, what I should do is just trust my swing and trust myself that with all the work that I've put in, it will come good, right? I've worked so hard to a certain point to get to a certain point that I've got enough muscle memory. I've got enough knowledge stored in my bank account, in my golf bank account, to know what I'm going to do, to know what my swing should feel like, to know the yardage of more or less each and every club. If I hit a bad shot, then I hit a bad shot. I've hit a bad shot in the sim. Bear in mind, the sim, more or less, it's in perfect conditions, right? You're hitting off a mat, there's no wind, and you still hit bad shots. But it's a perfect environment. So you imagine more so the impact on the course, right? Where you could hit a good shot, but you could end up in the rough, or you might end up in a uphill lie or a downhill lie, or you might have gone out, whatever, right? So golf is just one of those games where you need to accept where you are and what you are. And somebody told me this phrase once, and I really like it. Sometimes you just need to meet your game where it's at, because it's not going to be perfect every single time, every single day, every single week, every time you go on the course, right? You know what it's like. You go to the course and you can say, right, I'm playing the 6th hole. Last time I played the 6th hole, I birdied it, for example. And then next time you play the 6th, you walk away with a bogey or a double bogey or a triple bogey, right? And you go, well, last time I played it, I got a birdie. Golf isn't like that. There's so many variables from a golf perspective, and all that you can control is you. That's it, right? And that's why I like that phrase, I'm meeting my game where it is today, because it's not always going to be perfect, right? It's not. And I think the sooner that I recognise that and understand it, the sooner that as a golfer, I can hopefully start to grow and improve. That's my plan. All right, I haven't had my meltdown as yet, and I think it's coming. All right, let's just have a look at this one last shot before we move on to more. Better, like that. Why do I think that my 9 iron was so bad then? At the top left-hand corner, 160 yards. Me thinking it was 180 yards. And I hope you can see that I'm trying to get better with my angles. So I made some changes to the screen. And now, yeah, and I think this is better. Although you're going to get a close-up of it of me. That's not always good. Okay, so you can see now, you see that there, the club path, 4 degrees in to out. Something happens between that last shot and these next shots. And honestly, I don't know what it is, but prepare to watch my mini meltdown. Hundred 125 yards in my aim. That's bad. That's bad. Oh, look at my stance there. Why? What? There's no room. Actually, this isn't good from a swing perspective. Can't see my. Aye. Okay. So I'm still learning with this. So I apologise. But I can't see my loop. Actually, oh no, see, I'm not happy. But now, damn, I can't see what I'm doing at the top of my backswing. So I don't know where the issue is. What's that? Not less than 1 degree out into out. Okay, so that's a good path. It must just have been the connection. Okay, that was good. That looked good. 100 and what? 43 yards. Okay. What was the path? Let's see. Out to in. 2 degrees out to in. But the connection was pretty sweet. I don't know if that's a good or a bad. Let's watch this. Good takeaway. What is happening on my swing? What is happening on the top of my swing there? It's shocking. At least I can still see it. Still finding the green. I mean, the dispersion isn't too bad. What's that? 2 degrees out to in. All right. Good takeaway. Okay. The meltdown's coming. I can feel it. I can feel it. What's that? 2.4 degrees out to in. I think it's the distance and the look at that. You can see it there, the blue line where I've sliced that. That's good. Not happy with, oh my God. Not happy with this. I'll be honest with you, I've been struggling at the range recently where I don't know, I just can't seem to be consistent. Hang on, let me rephrase that. I can't. I can't seem to be consistent with all my clubs. So, going back to this session, I was super excited to get on my 8 iron because my 60 degree and my wedge was pretty decent and pretty consistent, and I was getting the draw. So I was happy with that, right? I wasn't saying I'm the next Tiger Woods or the next Rory McIlroy, but I was certainly, or Scotty Scheffler, but I was certainly happy with the way my club and my path and all that was behaving, all of it. Then, and this is the most annoying thing from a golf standpoint, is all of us, you get to an 8 iron, which, as I said before, has been one of the clubs that I've used the most. So much so that, like 3 or 4 months ago, had to get the head changed on it because I'd used it that often. It came off. It just went, it just went to hell and back. Anyway, I think what happened was I got in my own way. I started to think too much. Even looking at it now, I don't have enough room. How am I going to swing a club? How am I going to move my hips out of the way? Let's do something there. I haven't stormed off yet, although I think it's coming. And I don't mean stormed off in a huff, I mean just got angry with myself. Let's have a look at that. Oh my God, 3 degrees out to in. Oof. You don't want that. Let's see. Okay, good takeaway. Why am I see it now? Look at that. There we go. There's Angry Paul. I don't want that. Top pass okay, 0.3 out to in, that's fine. But look, pull it down there. Oh, look, there we go. My club pass is fine, but my connection is shocking. Oh, yeah, yeah, 3 degrees out to in. I wonder if sometimes I get too hung up on the club path. Let's see. No. See, that's 152 yards, which with my 8 iron is normal. But I'd set it at the wrong distance. I set it at 160, so I actually thought I was losing yardage, but I wasn't. Paul, give yourself room. You're too close. Give yourself some room on that swing. Okay, good takeaway. What? Just pull it down. Oh. Ooh. That's disappointing. Well, I don't know if disappointing is the word, but it's annoying. There. Okay, so I'll give myself more room. That's better. Look at my balance, man. I try to change my the way that I address the ball, and that was my first shot with my new address. So encouraging, so encouraging. That two to, so let me be honest with you. When I first started to go to quantum, my out to in when I had my really bad slice was like minimum 4. Okay, that's a good stance. I like that stance. My back's more or less straight. My ass is out. And I've got more room to swing the club, but I'm not bringing it inside. Look at me there. I'm not happy. I'm sorry, what I was saying was about when I first started to go to quantum, my slice was like out to in minimum 4. So even though now it's 2 degrees and I'm getting frustrated, I should acknowledge the improvements that I made. And that's the difficult thing, right? That's the difficult thing to do because I keep going back to it, but golf isn't linear. It's such a frustrating game. Look at that 1 degree out to in. There's Nico. See, look, his shoulder there. See, that's what I'm doing. Nice guy, Nico. And then pull it down right there. Look. Thanks, Nico. What's in 5 degrees? Wow. That's just shocking. It's not shocking. That's horrible. What's that then? 1 degree out to in. All right. So that's a little bit better. That's there. I can see it. It's all well and good me saying I can see it. The issue is though, can I fix it? Not can I? I have to fix it. Well, hang on. Am I putting too much pressure on myself? Because I'm not getting paid for this, no? This is all coming out of my own money. Hey, here I go. There. That's the feeling. So let's see. Stop there. Pull it down. Better. Better, but still I got to work on my balance, right? That was better. Maybe a bit quick. Maybe a bit quick. All right, so let's see. Listen, I shouldn't get too hung up now on that path because I'm still get that backstroke pull. Okay. Now bring it down. That's better. 160 yards with a right iron. That's better. That's better. And you can tell by my face now. Okay. Not worried about that 4 degrees. That was the swing path was better. Let's see. Give myself some room. Get the stance right. Oh, okay. I think that was a little out to in, but certainly the connection was better. Let's see. Yeah, that wasn't a little. Not giving myself enough room. My distance has come back, so I'm happy about that. That's about the only thing I'm happy with. Right. Okay, I like that sound. It doesn't look very natural. I think I need to straighten my legs a little bit more. Okay, out to in only 4 degrees. Okay, so that's good now. That's good from a club path perspective. I'm too close. My God, I'm so close. There. Not that. I didn't even get it right with mine. Okay, so I think I'm happy with my takeaway. At 1 degree out to in. Okay, that I can live with that. But it's this top bit here. I need to pull it straight. That's better. Well, I think it's better. It's got a draw on it. Wow, 7 degrees to in. That's bad news. Not giving myself enough room there. Not happy with that. Okay, 1 degree out to in. Oh, in to out. Okay, so that's what we wanted. Just a little bit of connection. I'm not giving myself a full swing. This is what happens. I start to get all tense and all kind of, yeah, not relaxed. Let's try again. Okay, 6 degrees out to in. That's awful. But that's because I get tight. But if I'm slow, if I slow myself down, which I think I do here, let's see. Oh, so inside. Oh, not happy. Not happy at all. Still not happy. Today was a tough session. You can tell now. You can tell there's no joyful bounce in my step or spring in my step. Yeah, it was hard. Look, why aren't I giving myself enough room? What's happened to my stance and my address? Oh, look at that. Not happy. Last 5 minutes of the session. Let's see if I can get something out of it. Something worthwhile. 8 iron again. 150 or 160 yards because I made a mistake. Let's see. Good takeaway. Oh, poor balance. But that was better. Give myself more room. Get that. Straighten your legs. Get that butt out. There. Okay. That's better. Now you've got some space to swing the club. That's better. Okay, out to in. That's okay. That swing is a lot better. Takeaway is good. Bring it in. Little bit of a loop at the top there. I saw that now. Bring it straight down. I don't know why I'm extending at the top. I don't need to. But to keep. I'll take that club path. Pull it down. Better. Drawing. With that takeaway. Okay. Positives from today's session as the takeaway. I'm also changing the way that I dress, but not in this. Not in that. Oh, I stopped myself. Good. That's good. There, that's better. Yes, Paul. That's better. All right, let's see. Hello. Hello. There's looks like there's only a couple of minutes left on this video, so Let me know what you think. This is the type of video that I'm going to be posting more regularly, more kind of the of my swing progress at quantum, what I'm doing. Oh, I didn't like that. I stopped. No, you saw that then. Anyway, I just want to show that it's tough, it's hard work, and you have to put the hours in. You know, if you're one of these lucky people that understood golf straight away, I applaud you. That's not me. I have to put the work in, and I'm getting on in years. Some of this stuff doesn't come naturally to me, as you can clearly see. Well, for me, this is just a learning process for two reasons. For me to get the most out of golf and for me to enjoy the game as much as possible. And yes, it's painful. There's days where I never want to pick up a club, but I'm determined to get better, and I'm going to bring you along with that journey, right? So there's going to be these type of videos. There's going to be workout videos. I'm not a pro. I'm not a professional golfer. I'm not even a fitness instructor. But what I wanted to share was people of a certain age. It's not easy, right? It's not easy. Anyway, please like and subscribe. Please share. Please let me know what you don't like. Please let me know what you do like. Please let me know if there's stuff that you'd like us to see on here that we're currently not doing. And if you want to come on the channel, please let me know. I'd be so over the moon to have anybody join. Anyway, thank you very much. Please like and subscribe. Last 30 seconds of the video. Enjoy, and yeah, let's keep trucking. Let's keep golfing. Please like and subscribe. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.